Snowlands enter your opponent's battlefield tapped. Non-creature spells your opponents cast with converted mana cost 4 or greater cost 2 more to cast, including foretelling. Cast it for its foretell cost. Right, so the other side of this, prevent 1 of that damage whenever you or another permanent you control becomes the target of spell or ability. Counter that. Wow. This is very similar to -1 power to each of your creatures, or to each of your opponent's creatures, which is incredibly strong. Yeah, I think we want that. The thing I want second most here is Behold the Multiverse, because that is just good value. And some schools would take it, but this is strong enough. Hello, good morning, and hello, MT. Shepherd of the Cosmos, just a good valuable thing. Might work out well with what we have here. Vengeful Reaper is also really good. Yeah, streaming a bit later today, hopefully that helps. And I think Shepherd is strong enough here. It gets you a 3/3 flyer into play. And it gets you back something. Sweet, well, I hope you enjoy your break. Hope you're enjoying this format. Saw it coming. Oh god, I love this card. Ice Tunnel might also be good, but I'm going to go for the card I really like here. And we can maybe not do so much Dogged Pursuit. Provoke is interesting. And Elderfang Disciple. All pretty good. We're also seeing white completely disappear, which is a bit concerning. I'm going to go with Disciple. And now that most things have disappeared, it's time to start taking Snowlands, I guess. Skull Raid could be good. Frostbite. A weird time to take a Snowland, for sure. I could take Skull Raid here. Okay, Valkyrie's Sword. And that's one that if it dies, you can get it back with Shepherd. That's pretty good. Let's grab that. Floodplain coming late. Okay, now we've got to take this. Scald can be good, Mists can be good, but please let us get some fixing. Story Seeker. Pretty big fan of this, and sometimes the life really helps. Shieldmate, Dual Strike, Wither Crown. Wither Crown, huh? I'm a little down on Wither Crown from where I was before, but it doesn't mean it's bad. Yeah, I'll take it here. There's a few more effects that pump power than I realized at first. So it only really nullifies things with like 4 or more power to begin with. But it's one that you can get back with Shepherd, and there's not much downside to it. Especially in the Flyers deck, where you're usually doing it to a big ground creature. This might be a 4-drop. Pet. Pet's good in this set. Or in this deck, even. What you really want is more blue to draw the cards you need. Dusk Wielder. Elf Berserker. Not really what I want. But of all those colors, it might be the best color. It might be the best. Yeah, of all the colors, it might be the best color to cut. Dogged Pursuit versus Bind the Monster. I think I'll grab Dogged Pursuit here. I don't want to go all in on it, but some of this is looking like it might work well. Corsair Wings is a nice trick. We can start building a sideboard. Graven Lore, I do like this one. And Replicating Ring. Instant speed, draw 3, essentially. We're not giving up on too much. Squash, maybe. Though I don't really want to go into red. And we don't have many giants. Take the lore. A bit speculative. Ooh. Chariot is nuts, actually. Narfi's really good, too. I don't know that we have the ways to protect this. We certainly don't have the snow yet. I think it's good enough, though, that we just need to take it. A little more fixing. And raise the Draugr. No, I think we'll take the floodplain at this point. Creatures you control get +1/+1. Boast for 2. That's not too bad. It is a 3-drop, which isn't great for us. And there's Rune of Sustenance and Snow-Covered Plains. I like the Rune quite a bit. I think I like Runes quite a bit in general. Lifelink, and doing that on something like Infernal Pet is really strong. Blue looks tough. Green also looks pretty tough here. There's our red splash. And there's Runed Crown. It does give a little boost. Let's grab it. I think that's the kind of card that can win games easily. We don't have maybe enough runes, but it's a start. Gates of Istfell. It looks like black might actually be a color for us, in which case Vengeful Reaper gets really good. Ooh, the World Tree. Yes, please. That really does fix our mana for the late game. It basically means if you draw this, you can splash any great cards for the late game, which I want to. Oh dear, another Story Seeker. Are we seeing this come together yet? This one? Yeah, it's interesting. We even do have a god. Tough here. I'll take Story Seeker. Now we need to focus on fixing. It's going to be hard to get fixing this late. Longboat, Braggart, and Annul. And I guess Skull Raid. I don't want too many Skull Raids. I'll take the Braggart. Bergstrider. Snakeskin Veil is one I like. Well, I know the feeling. The first time I drafted this, I didn't know what anything was. And as you can see, they all have paragraphs of text. But I've got more or less the hang of it now. It is a multicolor. It's easy to make multicolor builds, I would say. Ascent of the Worthy is actually interesting here. Maybe interesting enough. I mean, it does look like that's our base. I've never used the carve or seen anyone use it, but I guess it'd be fine. Sculptor, Snakeskin Veil. God, that's a good card. Yeah, the sagas, some sagas are more powerful than others. This one is not the strongest. But it is good. Disciple, is that an elf? Return Upon the Tide can be good. I don't think Tundra Fumarole is it. Another Elderfang Disciple. This is a fine set for this card. Yeah, I'm just going to go for it. Packrat is, or not Packrat. Whatever kind of mouse. Burglar Mouse is back. And another one. We probably want Great Hall of Starnheim, because we have good stuff to sacrifice to it now. Or Iron Verdict. Tough pack. I think we'll have enough playables here. I'll just take the Great Hall. Jarl is nice when we have some early 2-drops. The Chariot's got to be worth splashing. Not sure about the rest of this. Although we do have an easy blue splash. Fratello is really nice, yeah. Yikes. Is this our payoff for vehicles and whatnot? I don't think so. Not worth splashing that color for it. I got the sword, too. Vehicles and equipment. Maybe we take Warhorn Blast here. By maybe, I mean let's do it. Another Disciple. Tybalt's Trickery. I can't believe we keep seeing this. I think we just need to take it when we see it. I'm sure it's going to get banned, but this card is going to shoot up later. I wouldn't mind another Elderfang Disciple. This deck seems to make sense with it anyway. Ooh, Binding. Yes, please. Super late to see this card. Hopefully I can splash it. Yeah, they brought back Tybalt and made it like, I don't know if you can find a multiplier that it would need to become this good. Because it was like negatively good before. They made it negative 50 times better. Grim Draugr, I guess. Rune of Flight. Well, that's definitely interesting. Because we do have the thing to get it, which is this Runed Crown. Another Kennel Master. Oh, I don't love this without elves. Take a... I want this to be a more creature-based deck. I'm going to take a Kennel Master. Bind the sideboard. Tybalt is the other side of Valky. If you're looking for that. A Null, Frost Augur, and Giant Ox. It does have a lot going on. I played against Tybalt's Ultimate already. A long, grindy game that I had no chance of winning for the entire time. So that was fun. I don't know why this is not worth anything anymore. I don't think there's been any banned announcement around it. Just take the rare when in doubt. If we got this earlier, it'd be great. Because we legitimately have things that work with it. Snow-covered forest? Might as well. Be our one forest. I'd rather play against Smashing Success, maybe. The Act of Treachery in this format is pretty good. Okay. Maybe we don't have enough creatures for this. Chariot counts as a creature. Ascent. Damage that would be dealt to creatures you control is dealt to that creature instead. And that could be something like... Well, it could be an indestructible creature with the Kennel Master. It could be our Elderfang Disciple. Hard to say. Or it could be something with Wings of the Cosmos. And then you get back a creature at some point. I really don't love this card. This is like our 7-drop. We do need to put some things in. Is there any white we're missing out on big time? Not really. How about black? Grim Draugr looks okay. Then again, we only have 3 snow. Well, I do like Saw It Coming. Maybe we could get away with a Dogged Pursuit. And then something. Crew for 3. It's expensive. Untap it to put a 1/1 counter on it. I guess that doesn't really... No, that does work well with crewing, doesn't it? Works really well with crewing. Yeah, that is tempting. I just wouldn't want to be caught with Raider's Carve before having a real play with it. Oh, Grim Draugr. I guess that's a fine thing. I mean, I guess that's fine. With these floodplains, this is decent. We don't even need blue for the rune because we have the crown. And then Saw It Coming is a nice late game, turn things around spell. 11, 8, 2, 2. Start with that. World Tree, Forest, Great Hall, Floodplain. So 2 green, 2 blue, 8, 7. My first deck was a Replicating Ring deck. We saw one in this draft. But foolishly, I passed it. This would be a pretty good deck for it. Is this enough green? Barely. It's enough blue, I think. But maybe we'll play 1 more green over a black. 11. Yeah, the mana is not great. Oh, mana. But it'll have to do. We got all our mana, except blue, I guess. I think I more often keep this many lands on the play because I'm guaranteed to be able to curve out with whatever I draw. There's also some argument to not do Disciple that turn. Yeah, Elderfang Disciple is neat. It feels like it puts your opponent back to taking a mulligan. And the earlier you do it, the closer to being as bad as a mulligan it is. Interesting. Giant Ox, you say? Well, we'll get our 1 damage in here. We'll just keep curving out. Giant Ox. Our deck should be okay against that because it has flyers. If the Berserker attacks, I'll have to think twice. Alright, now they've got flyers. Interesting. Now that's super good. What does it mean? I think it means I take down their flyer. This is the kind of thing you want to do early to get your forest into play. Oh, we don't have any more forests. They don't know that. It's really good with the Disciples, too. We started with both our forests in hand. I don't even need to attack here. No good can come of it. One thing about this, though, is it's not a may. I have to search my library. I don't have to find a forest, but I have to search it, and therefore I have to shuffle it. Of course, that's all automatic online. Braggart is good against this Ox because the Ox can't stop it from attacking. Oh, what do we have? 2 Foretold cards. One of them black. Nice, I've got my god here. Okay, so I don't get a forest. Let me read the other side of this. If a source an opponent control would deal damage to you or a permanent you control, prevent 1 of that damage. When you, or another permanent you control, becomes the target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, counter that unless they pay 1. Okay. So let's start with Swamp. And let's play the other side of this, because I think it is just so good. I think it is just so good. Then I attack with these 2 little friends. And they can't kill the pet with the Berserker, if I'm reading this right. Because the Berserker is a source, and we prevent 1 of its damage to any of our permanents. God, that's good. God, it looks like we're so far ahead. They only have 1 card left. but they have these 2 foretold cards. One of them might be target player's or each player sacrifices 2 creatures. One of them might be a big angel. Just pass it here. This effect also makes combat damage interesting. And I don't know what the default damage would be. So if you have like a 7/7 and they're blocking with a 3/3 and a 2/2, you should be able to kill both. Prevent 1 damage to each. You've still got enough to kill both. But if it automatically assigns 3 and then 4, then your 3/3 would survive, and that's a legal way to assign damage. So I don't know if it would take this into account when it defaults to assigning 3 damage to the 3/3, or if it would say, oh, let me help you with that. And in live Magic, depending on how much of a rules lawyer you want to be, you can say, well, how much are you assigning to the first one? How much are you assigning to the second one? Creatures we control gain Death Touch. Nice. Let's foretell this sooner rather than later. We don't have the double blue. So here, we're just going to attack with everybody. And I don't really want to untap the Braggart. Until they go to do 5 damage to it, if that's one of their foretold cards, which I guess I doubt it is, because they would have left white up last turn. Yeah. Well, let's see what they have. Double strike or +1, +3 or something. No, they're just going to let it go. It's got 1 damage on it. Only once each turn. I can just wait till the end of their turn. No, I can't. Ah, you know what? Screw it. We'll go for it. Huh? Because I can't do it on their turn. Jarl. Oh. Oh, okay. Counter unless they pay 1. I would have forgotten about that. Well, there wasn't much we could do about this. So they do kill the Braggart. We do put a 1/1 counter on it. And I'll keep the Forest in hand. If they have the discard 2 spell, I want them to draw 1 less. So if it was strictly playing around Mind Rot, we would play the Forest, but it's not. This is a matchup where Dogged Pursuit really shines, I think, because we're both not getting much done. Ooh, the World Tree. That makes everything nice and complicated. I can't attack into this because how many more Jarls are they going to have? Too many. Play a Jarl from their hand. I'll counter anything too big. Each player sacrifices 2 creatures. Well, sure. Then, when they go to get 2 creatures back from the graveyard, that's what I counter. Non-token creatures that died this turn, yeah, so that's not going to resolve. Their creatures were just better than mine. No, no. Wow, the Giant Ox is insane for a 2-drop. It's better than blue gets for 2 mana, and it has upside. Ooh, the Chariot. This is 10 plus this. 7, so we're pretty far from doing that. But not too far from this. Guess I'll start playing lands, though. This doesn't have haste or anything, does it? No. So I've got my cats. They can get in 2 damage here. Interesting. What is their plan here, I wonder? Wait, what? Create a token that's a copy of target token. Oh, that's even better. Oh, I did not realize that's what it was. I thought it just made a cat. Essentially, it makes a cat, but it's not all it does. And they shouldn't be able to beat this. Realistically. Now they can do 4 damage to the Chariot, but we do 4 damage back, so kill 2 creatures and mill a couple. Oh, that's even better. Let me think, though. We've got to target 2 creatures, so I think I want to crew the Chariot first, and then give it indestructible. Rather than crew the Chariot with the Kennel Master and give 2 cats indestructible. Both are fine. Copy my indestructible cat, of course. It's harder for them to deal with. And it makes a permanently indestructible cat. No, oh well. So they still have good blocks here, but they take 3. And we have really good blocks for their Coma's Faithful. This shield is too much to play around. Bind the monster, annul. Yeah, we did it. Not too shabby. Raider's Carve. I'm kind of interested in this. But maybe not. There's a fail case of it that is too risky. This is just good enough. It's fine. Once we get 6 lands, we can do all of this other stuff. Ugh. Well, at least we have Draugr. Getting hit once with Story Seeker hurts. And this deck should have a lot against it, but half of it's white, so I guess I'm glad I don't have that half. Giant Ox is back. Maybe I should have played the Forest. But we can always play it next turn. I will trade here. Zombie Zerker. Yeah, I will trade here. I'm assuming I win the late game, which might not be a safe assumption. Braggart. Probably not a safe assumption. This is what happened the other match. I was playing Dogged Pursuit against a Comus Faithful, and I didn't have any creatures. And this is like 3 Dogged Pursuits if you can't answer it. But to be fair, I did have 5 Dogged Pursuits in play. To be fair. I'm gonna go Kennel Master here, because that one can actually contend. Give the Ox a little something to think about. And we've got Rune of Flight, Rune of Sustenance. We can do anything now that we've got 6 lands. We just have to be careful about what they're doing. Maybe they'll just foretell 2 cards. Colossal Plow. And that costs 1 less. Now they foretell a card. Oh dear. Hmm, 6/3. Rune of Flight, Rune of Sustenance. Why don't we start with... Why don't we start with the Braggart and the Rune of Flight. And then pass it. This Plow's gonna hurt for sure. But if we can land the Rune of Sustenance on the Braggart, that's gonna be gain 4, gain 5, gain 6. They have removal and all that kind of good stuff, so that hurts. Here, I'll happily trade the Kennel Master with the Plow, if they let us. And that ramps them to 7 mana. This combo is nuts. Can I afford to do this? Take 5? Ugh. They must have some kind of pump. This hurts. But I can play Story Seeker, which... yeah. I bet they have... I bet it's Jarl. I bet it's Jarl. Let's give away Story Seeker. Well, it's not going to be Jarl like this. Ouch. Each opponent loses X life, where X is what, 3? Great. Let's start with Rune of Sustenance here. Fun. And see if this thing gets destroyed. Probably it won't. Gain some life. And then foretell this guy. Gain some more life. Looks like we're starting to catch up, but I don't know if I can afford to block here. We take 8. I guess I'm happy taking 8. I can't win the game where I block there. If this is Jarl, which I'm just sure it is. Oh, another Foretold card. I can't win the game where they make us each sacrifice 2 creatures either. Land. Eight mana. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so we can do this, untap it. Gain some life. Get back Story Seeker. And foretell this guy. It's the best we can do. They're gaining so much life. It feels like they're still gaining life, but I mean, we're starting to do more damage than they're gaining. But yeah, they've gained quite a bit here. I'm also not sure I can win the game where they have us each sacrifice 2 creatures. But I don't know if I can afford to take this hit. Oh well, the more creatures that die, the better here for me. Oh no, it's going to be the card that... 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think I just have to keep taking it. With the foretold cards we know about, I have to keep taking it here. Because it's either Jarl, or it's each player sacrifices 2. Infernal Pet. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So play Pet. Play this guy. 1/1 counter. Then we go attack for 7. Untap this. Gain 8, gain 9. Pass it. Now I think we're a bit more safe to block. Just got to be really careful. Later MT. I think they'll do it here though. They'll have us each sacrifice 2. And then get 4 2/1s or whatever. But if they do that, they just can't attack into our big 6/6 lifelink. Jarl of the Forsaken. Well, that was one of them then. That's good to know about. So 2 cards in hand, 1 foretold card, which has to be the 1 black get zombies for each thing that's died. It could be another Jarl. I think I'm okay to make this block. Seven. Like this. When does this block get bad? Well, if they have the card that can kill all of my creatures, then I have to block anyway to survive. +2/+1 to all of their creatures. I feel like that'd be bad news. There's a lot to play around this set. I feel like I don't know exactly what I'm playing around, which is always kind of rough. Maybe it's another Jarl? It is another Jarl. Or at least from their hand. No, from exile or wherever. Okay, I'm playing smart. Feels good. One card in their hand. One card in their hand. And we haven't had our god yet, so 2 more lands until we can activate the world tree to get our god. Put it onto the battlefield. So I don't think we can get the other side of it, which would be nice. And they're just going to keep coming in here. At this point, I don't mind this. I could do like 10 damage here. But I have to get to a place where if they have a sacrifice 2 creatures, I don't lose to it. Three power creatures, though. Look at this. Nice. Okay, damage is dealt. They're down to 3 creatures. We have better creatures. 2 cards in their hand, though. Another Jarl, perhaps. Or foretell 2 cards. Raise the Draugr. Yager? Okay, okay. So now they finish off Vengeful Reaper. Oh, that's rough. Oh, did I just make a huge blunder? And then drain life. Binding. Oh no. Oh no. Maybe we can save binding to do 2 things in a turn. That's half your life. Maybe we can save binding. Because we don't need it here. But if they kill 2 of our creatures and play a big monster, maybe we do need it. Now I might start blocking with Braggart, honestly. I think it was wrong to block Jarl, though, given how likely it was they had raised the Draugr, because I really didn't want them getting that back. No attacks. Well, that's good, I guess. Interesting. Oh, that's really good. They do have one Foretold card. So if they're going to have us sacrifice 2 creatures, they better do it now. No, they didn't. Wow. What do you discard? You discard your 2/5. Nice. Oh, man. Oh. Let's do this. And I think we just bind Coma's Faithful here. So they can't, like, let's say they play the 3/4 Angel that exiles any number of their creatures. What if they did that to the Forsaken, then blocked the Braggart, and then Jarl came back in? Anyway, I think this much is fine. Three, invoke the Divine on the flyer. On the flying enchantment, anyway. Okay. We still gained 600 life. Nice. Dogged Pursuit still doing work. The longer this game goes, the better it is. Paid on turn 4, it's 14 turns. That's gain 10, and they lose 10. And they're just going to use Rise for 2 zombies. Yep, that's not it. Wow. 1-0. Paratus. I would like to play first. Wow, looks really solid. If you can see it. Microscopic there. Disciple on turn 2. Draugr. And then the Chariot. I guess it's kind of neat that if you kill all of their cats and they don't have any other tokens, then you're pretty much set. Then it's just a 4/4 vehicle that crews for 4. So as long as you 3-for-1 yourself, you're really doing all right. Each opponent discards a card. At the pre-release, you'd often play Two-Headed Giant, and cards like this would be just so overpowered. Oh, interesting. That's really interesting. Because if we do our Runed Crown, yeah, why don't we just do it? Search library. We're going to get Rune, attach it to it, draw a card, and hopefully get a land next turn. This is 2 to equip, so I guess we can't attack into that. And it makes it not that much more likely to draw land this turn, but we see 2 cards instead of 1. Nice. Okay, so that means Chariot time, which is unbelievable. Oh, I was like, where's the cats? I couldn't see them. They were hiding. I was like, this card sucks without any cats. We need some cats. There they are, hiding in the woods. Hiding in the woods. And we don't need to attack with Disciple. I've decided. Losing it might be nice. And they're stuck on 2 lands, so good luck against this. Lifelink +1/+1 equipment, and chariot. Oh, another story seeker. Cute. Now, if we had blue, we could give our chariot flying, which we might want to do at some point. Otherwise, they just block. We could equip it with the crown after. Yeah, that'd be interesting. Wait. Can this enchant? Oh, it can enchant a permanent as long as it's a creature, which it would be when we activate it, and it wouldn't fall off either. Oh dear. Okay, so why don't we start with Runed Crown on this and attack. We might trade it with the Shield Mate, which could trade with it anyway. But the nice part about it dying is then the Shepherd gets a lot better. If that doesn't happen, maybe we foretell something else. Yeah, we have 2 sources of blue in the deck. Well, 3, I guess. 3 sources of blue. Nice. That's really good for us. So that dies, they get a 1/1, and we foretell this. Now we still have a good blocker for their Seekers. If they can't pump them, they find a land. Ooh, haste. Nice. And Tormentor's Helm, sure. But still no attacks. Yeah, let's get this guy back. Because they are suffering here. Got him on the ropes. Oh, and then when we get our Valkyrie sword in play. Well, first of all, we've already got a 4/4 lifelink angel coming soon. But once we get this token into play, we can copy the 4/4 when we attack with the chariot. And then that'll be enough value. I'm getting kind of greedy with the chariot. It would have already been enough to trade it with 2 story seekers and having gotten 3 cats out of it. But they still don't want to attack in here, so it means they don't have the trick they need. They only got 1 card in hand, so go figure. And why don't we have them discard it? We even get to draw 1. Frostbite a cat. Interesting. So we get to draw 2, I guess. Yeah, let's leave it. So draw 2, play that, pass it. Come on, just get my angel. They play the Armory, which is equipment or aura. Oh, this one is instant speed too. 4 mana and sacrifice it. Oh gosh. 1, 2, 3, 4. They could just barely kill the chariot if we put down Raydane. Unless we also equip it with Runed Crown. Or the Rune of Flight. God forbid. Which might just be worth it here. I'm trying to think. Yeah, let's just do that. Can't argue with that. And then it's over. Okay. Too many cats. And then it'll be funny if we double block the story secret. Yeah, we kind of went off this game. It would have been a more crushing defeat had we drawn things in a different order. How about a null? Or if we drew more lands early, I guess is what I meant. What about a null? I don't think it's make or break. But it's good. Definitely be good. Nah, I saw it coming. It should take care of things. Like, if we get both stuck in our hand without any blue, then we are screwed. Wings of the Cosmos, really solid. I think it's just a good card in this format. It's good against a lot of the removal in the set, and it's just like an excellent combat trick that plays like a removal spell sometimes. What have I done here? I saw a lot of white symbols on my lands, but white symbols are not enough if they're not adding them to your mana pool. However, we're about to draw planes right away, right? And at least we can foretell a 3-2 and trade with a 2-2. Usually the way of it. Did they mulligan to 5? Mulligans to 5. Yes, they did. Well, good luck with that. They are on the play, so it is still scary. And this format, it's very important to like have a good start. And a good start is often enough to defeat, you know, any opponent. Why don't we do Runed Crown for flying? To get it out of our deck? Yeah. We could have done lifelink from our hand, but I don't like that as much. Because I still need to draw white. Ooh, Rune of Speed. That gets them another card. Were they 2 colors? They were white-red. Yeah, they were white-red. Color problems over there. Well, anyway, what I need to do here is play Jarl and equip it. And then at least I can block the 2-1. I think I trade with the 3-1 here. If they don't just outright kill my Jarl. So I can't keep taking these hits. I think I do trade here. Great. And they did mulligan twice, so it's too slow. Gotta play it though. Gotta play it, and then I think we're right about ready to recover from this. So we might take 7 here. They just need to play any creature, even an ox. Yep, Story Seeker, cruise the longboat. This deck, I mean, we could have expected some mana problems with this deck for sure. Come on, white off the top, please. It's not the worst, but it's definitely not the best. We do need to equip. Okay. Flying lifelink. So we can block the Courser if they don't kill it. I mean, I hope they don't kill it here. They didn't have a way to kill Jarl, but they might have been happy enough not killing it. Oof. Here's the question. Do we block just the longboat? If they only attack with the longboat, do we block that? And I think yes. I think we do. Because we are crazy. Get that life total up here. We need to trade off where we can. White, yes! Okay, that is so good for us. Get the Story Seeker out there. Equip it. And then hold up Wings of the Cosmos. Essentially, I mean, they have Fearless Pup here. And if they use it, they have like no other mana. Certainly not enough for an Unforetold Demon Bolt. Not enough for +3/+3. 6. And they don't have the 3 snow they would need. X damage to any target. X is the number of creatures you have in common, which would be warrior, dwarf, wizard, giant, human, warrior. What is this number? Okay, so 2 warriors, no, 2 dwarves, 1 Pegasus, 1 cleric, 1 berserker, 1 wolf, 1 warrior, giant wizard. I think we just take 2 off this, but shoot, you got to be careful about that. So now they attack with everything. What do we want to kill? Maybe the pup. An 8 here. Possibly the pup. A 3/1 first strike is decently difficult to deal with. But the flyer is also good to deal with. Yeah, whatever. Take less damage this turn. Alright, well, time for an angel. And our guy's got flying, so we could attack, although that's kind of crazy. A 6/5 flyer, let's just pass it to them and hope they don't falter us or something. Although all our stuff has flying, so we could block. No, don't do it. Okay, that's fine. So they can't attack here. If it is an equipment, equipped creature has lifelink. So we're going to give the rune to the sword. And that's the lifelink vigilance. Yikes. Let me just think here. So if I want to leave Glory Seeker back on defense, I really should just leave the Runed Crown where it is. Although I could get 1 more out of it. Let's attack like this. Then we play Dogged Pursuit. And that's a 7-point life swing. Like, good luck with that. Pretty good for a mull to 5, I'd say. Everything's fine where it is. That's equipped 3. +1/+1 is nice. 1 damage to any target from Haggy Mob. 9, 10. And then after we block, they can start doing interesting, fun things here. We could just do this. We never lose this game, right? One more to us. Okay, that's fine. Binding the Old Gods. Yes, please. Now we take care of their biggest threat. We equip this. And they're dead in 2 turns. Nice. We even have another forest in our deck. And any creature we draw, it becomes a flying lifelink +3/+2 creature for the low cost of 5 equip mana. Here they come. I can't imagine it being Jarl. Let's block this guy. Fearless Pup gets bigger. Yep. I guess they're not dead here. Creature, that's not a creature. Get our forest. Play the world tree. But it puts him to 1. Then we go to 28. 1 to 28. Not bad. And then we still have our god in the deck, so the world tree actually does something. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's something we could do on our upkeep. Put any number of gods from our deck onto the battlefield. I mean, we've just got to do this, right? Sweet. All right, 2-0 into the finals. Enlaw, would you like to play first? Yes, I will play first with this solid hand. Upkeep step. Huh. I don't need that anymore. But what I do need is the floodplain in play, which gives us a bit more flexibility given that we have a swamp here. Our best bet is to get our creature... Whoops. Okay. Wait, why can't I foretell you? Oh, it's not a foretell creature. What was I thinking? Trying to foretell my Grim Draugr. I was thinking it was the other 3/2 in my deck. That's what I was thinking. Well, I guess I play it here. Rather than Great Hall and counter their, draw 2, scry 2 card. Sure. They've got my upkeep. Thought I was the only one with my upkeep. Rune. It's nice to get a threat into play against white-blue. I guess they have tons of ways of dealing with it. Get that pressure going. Augury Raven. Augury Raven and no land. Wow. This is not the first time we've played against the no land nonsense. Yeah, think carefully here. We could even hold up Wings of the Cosmos on defense. I don't know that that's necessary. Granted, I do kind of want to kill that thing. Get the flying, search library. Yeah, okay. It's a fair response here. Now they have mana. But I will try to ambush this. Because there's a good chance they don't have any response to it, and that's okay. 0-2. Huh. Yeah, that's okay. Foretell this. And I'm just going to foretell this too. Leave all those hidden for everyone. Or go like this. And we can see them all. Choose attackers, no attackers. Gold Vein Pick. Oh, equip for 1. Ouch. Oh, that's so good here. I definitely would have countered that if I had the chance. Wow. Okay. Well, what I can do is equip this rune and then flash in the Jarl to kill the Raven, which I imagine they must suspect. I mean, the Draugr really wasn't going to do anything anyway. Hopefully they don't counter... Well, I guess they couldn't counter it with this Foretold card. So we'll just go ahead and do that. Kill the Raven. Keep their mana problems going. And now things are looking good. What's this? Snowlands come in tapped. Things that are expensive or more expensive. I think the god side of this might be better. But we'd have to pay white, which we can't do right now. We need more mana. Well, another option here is to just draw a card. You don't bounce the crown. Yes! Oh, that's so good. It's white, though. It's white. So anyway, let's get this thing going. 4/3 lifelink flying flash. Foretell this because we can't hold up anything else. Okay. Take that blue deck. Now they've got mana. Stalwart Valkyrie. Only the worthy may pass. And then equip it with the pick? Perhaps? Another foretold card and a treasure. No equips. Nothing like that. So we could play the other side of Raydane. And then they couldn't really block this. I don't love it. I don't love it yet. But then again, yeah, maybe I offer this trade. I think I do. I think I offer this trade. And if they take it, they can't attack me with Gold Vein Pick, so that's a win. Let's start with this. They just discard 2, and of course these won't be lands because they haven't been making their landfall things. And they discard 2 pretty bad cards, but whatever. We can counter their next play. And if they don't make a play, that's not good for them. If it's a, some things we won't counter. This one we will counter. Because every time they cast a foretold spell, they draw a card. No thanks. And then they play Scorn Effigy, which doesn't contend with this unless they equip the pick. Oh. Okay. Stalwart Valkyrie number 2. Okay. We could turn our Seeker into a bigger monster. We've still got one foretold card. We can do Pet and Raydane. Or we could do the other side of this plus equip here. And then they can try to get pick going. I kind of want to trade my Seeker off. Yeah, it's so hard to lose with the other side of this. Oh, it's so hard to lose with it. If we sack this and then equip that angel, that's like unbeatable, isn't it? Losing the land kind of sucks, but this is the first thing we can get back with Shepherd. We could get land back too, but that puts both into our graveyard. Just don't bounce it, please. Alright, Baneslayer, Vigilance Angel. How do you do? Bouncing on land permanent would really screw us up here. Because they could do that, attack for 6, and make a treasure without missing a beat. Okay. I will block here. Okay, no attacks. That's a good sign. Land is nice. I think we just attack. And then see if they have +1, +3. Cosmos Charger. Okay, it's just a 3/3 flyer. And we are going to kill the Charger, right? Because what does this do? Foretell on anyone's turn. Ouch. And then they foretell this card. Okay, that's fine. So then we get this guy out there and make that our new champion. Or Great Hall. Great Hall or Story Seeker. I guess it's Story Seeker. And then I will keep trading off here. So if they want to attack. Okay, this is perfect. Let's go Infernal Pet. And then get the Valkama here so that we have a really powerful attack into a 4-power thing. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Now they get to attack with their 4/3, which I guess I didn't realize. Oh no, they don't do it. Doomscar Oracle, 1 in hand. Might as well wait with the Braggart. Gotta take it. Should we wait with it? The Infernal Pet's not getting much better. I'll wait with it. Because they could Wrath the board here and they've got 2 in hand. Nice. They didn't. We do okay. A null again would be good. What does it do, though? What does it do against them? It counters a vehicle. Oh, I don't think we need it. We didn't see any good sagas or anything. They played a bird. 41 cards, nice. It gives us a slight edge, I guess, in card quality. Okay. They're going to keep 7, but pretty soon it's going to look like 5. Pretty soon it's going to look like 3, actually. A great haul here. Maybe we start with Story Seeker. Well, I guess it partly depends on what they do. And if that's what they're doing, we're going to Seek. But I want to make sure they don't have an empty hand when we play these two. They can have an empty hand when we Skull Raid. That's fine. Let's get the Draugr down here. Ooh, Vega. Yep. Yep. So let's attack with everybody. And then finish off the Raven. And they're thinking, yeah, I could have +1, +3. And they didn't attack with the Raven, so they intend to block. I would think. Hopefully they just trade with both. That would be the best. Get a bunch of 3/2s down here. And that's a fine trade, I think. Because we have a way to get a 2 converted mana cost thing back from our deck. Update to the card database is available. Please restart to display as soon as possible. Why don't we restart later? We are busy. Alright, so they don't intend to block with that. Got a Foretold card here. Ooh, the Chariot. I like it. Let's attack for 6. Mists here. Okay. And then let's have them discard 2. That's Carful Harbinger. Or better yet, foretell this, and then do that again next turn. Of course, if they foretell their whole hand, that kind of sucks. But I don't think they're going to foretell their whole hand here. Guardian's fine, they get to draw a card. So now we discard their entire hand. But now we don't have good attacks. Come on, green. Nope. Elderfang Disciple, solid. Take your time. Think carefully on what you want to discard. Mystic Reflection. Next time things enter, they enter as copies of that. Then we'll have you discard 2 more. Hopefully they're more Foretold spells. Divine Gambit and a Doomskir Oracle. Yeah, we could lose this game. Because we don't have enough to deal with this God's Hall Guardian. Just yet. Yep, you got it. But the Braggart will help. And an extra white helps too. Pass to you. Anytime they draw a foretell spell, they're gonna exile it. Clarion Spirit. Maybe cast your second spell, that's not bad. Come on. Oh, yes. Huh. I want to do it all. 1, 2, 3, but we can't do it all, can we? No, we can't. +1/+0 and Menace. I guess the Disciples are just worse. This is pretty bad, though. Yeah, the only other option I could really think of there is just keep up Saw It Coming, but that's not great. Okay, now they can't attack. We're back on top here. All right, we're doing it. And I don't want to give up my Braggart here just to trade with the Shield Mate or something. Stalwart Valkyrie. And that can only happen when it attacks. Stalwart Valkyrie, saw it coming. I think we let that resolve because it still doesn't answer my Angel. Not really. What are they going to do? Double block the Angel? Be my guest. Okay. All right. Okay. Some more swamps out here. Now they might. And I will accept your trade, sir. Good sir, fine sir. Not the color we need. We just need a rune of flying for this Braggart. And then all is forgiven. Ah, they foretold something, just in time for the Valkyrie to be dead. Now this 3/2 flyer feels like something we don't want to deal with. But, you know, most of their stuff is going to be like that. I don't know. Give us more time here. I just need time. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, that is interesting, isn't it? We could play the flying side of it. We've got 2 cards in hand. Yeah, let's play the flying side of it, because that's actually a threat here. The other side of it's good, but it doesn't let our Braggart attack in for free. In fact, really what it does is it lets our Braggart attack in and like trade with 2 creatures instead of 1. Which is okay, but they get a creature back anyway. Whereas this is a 3-turn clock. And for what it's worth, it makes things a little more expensive. 4 drops become 6 drops. Which is like crazy annoying to play against. On paper, it doesn't look so bad, but in reality, it's just awful. Aha! Oh. Rune of Sustenance. Let's get greedy. Let's put that on our god. Nice. It resolves. And then Rune of Flight. Oh, it's so perfect. I mean, if the first rune resolved, this one's going to. Vengeful Reaper. Runes are so good. The more I play with runes, the more I realize how powerful they are. Let's see how they block before we do anything nuts. Invoke the Divine. They gain 4 life. Gross. So they're still going to get us a little bit here, but I don't actually think there's any reason to pump it, because we're going to lose it anyway. How did they... Oh, they just took the full hit. Fun. It's still well worth it. I mean, trading off the Braggart was not good, but 2 for 1ing them with Rune of Flight was good. 3/6. Don't care. Come on, green. Not so fast. Alright, well, we will come in. I don't think any ground attacks make sense. The 2 air attacks make sense. They can just take it to 2. And I'm going to leave all my stuff back. And by back, I mean on the ground. Okay, so now they have just enough bird support to survive. They're netting 1 damage a turn against my lifelink flyer. Green. Fine. Still no good ground attacks, but plenty good air attacks. What do they have? 2? I guess they just have 2 lands in their hand. The way they're playing. Afraid of more skull raids or something. Nice. 4 colors. Takes it down in a Kaldheim draft.